Hey, hey, hey. So building a business or launching a new product, here is where I believe that most entrepreneurs forget, like they skip this part, and that's why they're kind of struggling at first. So when you are building your business, you have to make sure that you have one great solution. So who am I? Hey, I am Rochelle Shaw, author of The Million Dollar Equation. I'm also the money honey here in Las Vegas, where I do all the financial segments on our local Fox 5, and I help entrepreneurs build their own million-dollar businesses. So I built a telephone company back in the day where there was no email, no website, no social media. Are you kidding me? But I built it to over $100 million, and now I help entrepreneurs do the same thing. So one of the reasons why I was able to rebuild back my business so quickly after bankruptcy is that I really focused on solving a big problem for a big segment. So as we talk about which segments are you working with, which segments are you focusing on, you need to understand what problems that they have. So for me, in my telephone company, I noticed that there were so many customers who, if they didn't have great credit, couldn't get a great telephone service. And so I decided that how about I create a service for folks that had not so good credit. We call them credit challenged, right? So with him, I said, here, I can guarantee that you won't have to worry about your phone being ever disconnected. They were like, what? How can that happen? So when they came, I helped solve a big problem. They were always worried about their fluctuating telephone bills. They were worried about what's going to happen if I don't have telephone service and what to do next. So that when you are building your business or building and creating a brand new product, you need to focus on what is it, right? What problem that your customer has. Because now you're not ever selling them. You're just offering a different solution. So when I went to my potential prospects, I never said, buy my stuff, here, use my service. That's not how it worked. What I said was, hey, would you like to stop having to worry about a fluctuating telephone bill? They said, yes. Well, great. I have a service that we can help you with. On my radio ads, which I was able to do after 3 months of building the customers, because I got to build my customers back so quickly, I knew exactly what they needed to hear. So if you are launching a product or a service that's exactly like somebody else, you're going to have a challenge, because now they can look at somebody else and say, well, why don't I just get theirs? So look, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be in competition, because the telephone business is the #1 highest commoditized business there was. When I was in it, if you think about it, now long distance is free. I was charging long distance at 38 cents a minute. I was charging, different times, different days. Do you remember when you only called on Sundays? Right. So when you are thinking about your business and really building it quickly, which is one of the things that I teach entrepreneurs to do now, is it's not, that it takes that long. It's you making the decision, you trying to contact the right target market. So when you're thinking about that, you've got to get your one great solution, is what I call it. So in the book, really, I don't have one here next to me. In the book, The Million Dollar Equation, I believe that you should have one great solution. So that with your one great solution, that's the only thing that you talk about, that's the only thing that you offer, and you offer it to those that need your product or service. And if you are struggling to sell, if you're struggling to close, if you're struggling to get your business to the next level, 9 times out of 10, that's the reason why, is that you haven't created a big enough solution that people are naturally flocking to you. So when I rebuilt back my business, I didn't rebuild it back with any money. And I had to figure out a way to get customers to come to me. And how I did that was by being very specific in the solution that I provided. So did I provide long distance solution to other people, to businesses? Yes. Did I provide long distance service to people who weren't credit challenged? Yes. But I didn't spend my marketing dollars and efforts on getting those customers. I spent it on making sure that I focused on my one great solution. So your assignment today is to look at your business and figure out what it is. And you can tell me right there in the comments, tell me about your great solutions, so that first of all, I can make sure that I promote you and tell other folks all about what you do. And especially if it is unique enough, then you can get customers just from posting it underneath a live video. Yes, yes, yes. And that's exactly what happened in my telephone business, because I could tell them that, look, I can guarantee that your phone is going to be the same amount every single month. No fluctuating bills, no reason to worry about if you will ever get disconnected again if you come over to Fresh Start Telephone. So that's the story that was featured in USA Today and Entrepreneur and Smart Money and all of them. But what really made the difference is the fact that I was very clear on my messaging. Like, I didn't waver from who exactly I wanted as my customer and what problem I was solving for them. So when you are, you can even look at your business card and see, are you doing it for everybody? Because when you're talking to everybody, you're really talking to no one. You want to be very specific, which is why even on my page, I only talk about business stuff. I don't talk about anything that has to do with politics. I don't talk about other than my kid. But when I talk about her, I relate it to a business lesson so that we're all very clear on what should happen next. Yes. So in your business, if you want to really crush the rest of this year and make sure that 2019 is the year for you, then the number one thing that I think that you should work on is really making sure that you're solving a problem for a big group of people, so that they can't wait to get whatever it is that you are selling. I noticed that I got a question about a gal that's selling water. Right? I'm like, okay, so what problem are you solving? And she's like, well, the water is really great. Okay, well, why would somebody buy that? Because the water's great? Well, water is water, right? So let's get real clear on, what does the water do? What problem does the water solve? Okay, well, it solves quenching your thirst. Well, okay, now you're competing with not only water, but soda, but Gatorade, but Powerade, but lemonade, but all of these other things that also quench thirst. But what else is your water doing? Oh, well, then she told me that it was an alkaline water. I'm like, okay, well, now that's totally different. The problem that it's solving is not to quench your thirst. The problem that it's solving is keeping your body in an alkaline, which when your body is in alkaline, it fights against cancer. Yes, because cancer can't grow in an alkaline environment. Well, that's a big problem that we're solving for people. And that should be what she should have led with when she talked to me about buying her water, right? Because I am an Aquafina fan. I will always buy Aquafina. This way, now I can think about, well, my mother had cancer, my guy had cancer, my daughter had cancer. So I want to make sure that everybody in my family is now drinking alkaline water so that we don't have to worry about cancer growing in a non-alkaline environment. Hopefully that makes sense. But one of the things that I'd love for you to do is really look at your business and see, what problem are you solving? And if you're solving a big one, then put it down there in the comments so that I can check it out and share it with my friends and family. So here's what you get to do for August. Let's go into these last few months of the year and just really crush it. Like stop pretending, stop playing, stop tiptoeing in and then bouncing back out, but really get you a real focus so that you can change your life and change your business. And it starts right here with making sure that you are solving a big problem. All right, so if you have any questions, of course, you can always leave them down in the comments. If you need anything else, just ask me a question there and I would love to, or send me a private message. I'd love to help you out. All right, have a great one. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Actually, I'll talk to you tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about the next step after you have a great solution is you need to pick this, right? And pick the right target market and the 5 ways to make sure that you're picking the best target market to maximize your efforts and to get you to that 7-figure level as quickly as possible. All right, so I'll talk to you tomorrow about the target market and to get you to the 7 figures. All right, have a great day. See you. Bye.